Fa la 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 la. Can you hear me well? It's been a while.
It's been a while
since I've got to see you guys, and you guys got to see me. So I want to say hey. As you can see behind me, we've got it's the 26 model Rebel Cummins. And I didn't need a new truck, but Ricky's gonna insert a picture of why I did actually need a new truck, because something happened to my other one. We won't get into the details on that, but anyway.
His fault.
Not my fault. Got a new truck, as you can tell. I'm a creature of habit, same color, except the Rebel comes with the black accents and the fender flares. So, obviously we gotta do some things to it. A lot of you guys have trucks just like this. You drive them every day, but you use them to pull whatever on the weekends, whether it's your tractor, your Jeep, ATVs, whatever it is. And while these trucks are great right out of the box, there are a couple of things we can do to make them, in my opinion, better tow rigs. And the very first thing that we're gonna do is address the fuel capacity. Again, if you're driving it every day, 31 gallons is what they come with from the factory, and that's great if you're just driving it to and from work. But when you start pulling heavy loads across the country, especially like we do, it can become difficult to find a good, safe fuel station. And so having a little bit more fuel capacity is important. So that's what we're gonna address today. We're gonna give this thing a little bit more fuel range. So we're gonna get it over here on a lift. We'll show you what we're gonna do to it. I'm not mad. You mean mad. All right, guys, so while there are many different options for increasing the fuel range on your pickup truck, you know, such as putting an in-bed auxiliary tank, some sort of transfer tank that you physically have a pump on and you can pump it into the tank, those take up space in the bed. And for someone like me who needs my bed often, needs the whole thing often, I have found that putting an aftermarket fuel tank underneath the truck in the factory location is the best thing for me anyway. So Titan Tanks makes a 52-gallon fuel tank that goes in place of the factory fuel tank. So for reasons that are really unknown to me, other than probably safety purposes, the factory manufacturers don't take up all the space under there that they could. And so what Titan has done is they pull the fuel tanks out of these trucks and...
Nice. What?
Well, I hope you're okay with being on YouTube, because that's getting in there, I'm sure. Oh, new shop, who dis? Like I said, Titan Tank makes these auxiliary tanks. What they do is they take the factory tanks out of these trucks and then they like 3D scan the hole underneath of the truck. And it literally takes up every spare inch of space underneath the truck. A lot of people question, well, do I get to keep my DEF tank? Yes, all that stays intact. It's deeper, longer, and like I said, it just fills up every little cavity that it can.
That's what she said.
It comes with a new O-ring, a new locking ring, and 2 new straps to hold the tank into place. It accepts your factory fuel pump, so that's awesome. You don't have to worry about anything like that. And then the other question that I get a lot of times on these aftermarket tanks is, what about my fuel gauge? What about my destination to empty? Different trucks do different things. The Ram in particular, there is no programming that has to be done, nothing has to be changed. Your tank's just gonna read full longer, and the range, it'll take a couple of tanks, but it will eventually get to where it's, it'll show you, you know, a pretty accurate range to start with, all the way down to empty. It's very accurate. So yeah, we're gonna swap this tank out. All right, so first step is we need to get all of the fuel fill lines and vent lines up here out of the way. So this inner fender needs to come out. You don't have to take the tire off, but a lot easier if you do. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this tire off. We may be doing some other things that require the tires to be off anyway. So this is a how-to video. You can't film me screwing things up like you normally do. Atlanta. Got it. Yeah. These two go here, so we'll have to. Those aren't supposed to fall out, folks. New trucks, you know, just they aren't built like they used to be. All right, so now we can get up in here and see we've got the fill neck. Behind that is a vent tube, and then we've got a couple other items that'll have to come loose too. So we'll get those unhooked, and then we'll go up. We've got to get a skid plate off because this is the Rebel, so it's got a big skid plate underneath it that will not be able to be reused. And then we can focus on dropping the tank to get all the electrical connections that are up there. At least they made these hard to get to. All right, so now that we've got the fill line and vent line hose clamps loose, we have to drop the Rebel skid plate down to gain access to the straps on the actual fuel tank, and then we can lower the fuel tank down enough to disconnect the things that are there. So the skid plate's not that heavy, but when you're one person, it's easier to do it this way. Definitely something you could do in your driveway if you could jack your vehicle up a little bit, but since we have a lift, it's easier to do this way. Those are 13 millimeter bolts. Don't drop them like I do. That's really sketchy.
Rob?
Better?
Yes. Just 4 bolts.
Yep. Anybody need the skid plate for a Rebel? Or I don't know, may fit your non-Rebel, I don't know. Okay, another thing I should note, if you're to this point, it's probably a little too late to worry about it, but it's a lot easier if you do this when there's not very much fuel in the tank. So try to plan this project around an empty tank of fuel so that it's a little lighter. But you don't have to. You can do it with a full tank if you really want to. So the fuel tank strap bolts, they're actually studs, and they are extremely long. So you have kind of 2 options for that. One of them is using a wrench, because you likely don't have a deep enough socket, or if you have some sort of pass-through tool. That's what I'm gonna try to use. Yeah, it's too thick. Too thick. So we'll have to go old school and use a wrench. They're tight, just so you know.
What size is that?
16 millimeter. It's way too tall. No, that doesn't work at all. That one probably is far enough I can get a deep socket on it now. Got a little rough there at the end. Okay, that's where it gets sketchy. They do tell you to take the drive shaft out. It's just 4 bolts. It's dark up here. So once you get the tank dropped down to where you can get up there, you're gonna have your sending unit to unplug. You're going to have the 2 hoses that we just took the hose clamps loose on this side. You'll be able to pull those off. And then you'll have a few other little clips and such that you've got some other hoses that are attached to the tank that like go to the def and in other places that you'll have to get loosened up and taken off, and then we should be able to drop the tank down. There we go. Okay, so this is a vent line from the factory going from the rear of the tank up to the top of the truck, and this is where my expertise runs out, because the new tank just has a little stubby piece of hose with like an old school like differential vent on it. So apparently in the diesel world, we're not too worried about diesel emissions. So anyway, they said this isn't to be reused, so I just unhooked it, and whoever buys this tank will have it. So yeah, there's that. Make sure you save all your clips for your fuel lines, because those do have to go back on. That's not working. No, that's not coming off. Okay. That one. I think this one has to come off too, but I'm not 100%, so. Okay. Now, I think I have one more clip up here, maybe on the front of the tank. Oh, there we go. My trans jack is pretty terrible. Why are you stepping back, Ricky? Now, as you can clearly tell, this tank is much larger than the factory tank. So the factory tank is 31 gallons. The new Titan tank is 52 gallons. Man, that's 21 more gallons of fuel, which means we can go that much further without having to stop. Now, my passengers don't necessarily like that on big trips, because we only stop when the truck needs fuel. So they have to watch their intake, but that's okay. Okay, so real quick, just essentially, just to give you kind of an idea of what we had to take off. This hose is one of the vent lines going up to the fuel fill. This is your fuel fill. And then this is the rear vent for the tank. This one's not gonna get reused. As you can tell, there's a small vent there, as well as we've got a new one on the very front of the tank too. The instructions will tell you to take this hose off up here with this one, but the way it's snaked up in there, it can be kind of a pain to get out of there. So I felt like it was easier to take it out of there, but do with what you want on that. Then obviously we had our sending unit connector, electrical connector, fuel, and return. Then this was for the 2 lines going to your def tank. That will not get reused either. I'm not really sure what we're gonna do there. They don't talk about that, but we'll figure it out. Okay.
Did you break those?
No, they're easy. For me, there's so little room in there, they're easier to take all the way out. So I just take them all the way out. So we'll put those back in. They're just the locks for the fuel lines. Overall, really a pretty simple project. Next step is to pull the sending unit, put it in the new one, get this line, put it on here, and then we'll be ready to stick the tank back up in there. All right, guys, well, the tank's installed. That's pretty much it. At this point, we would typically put the inner fender back in, put the tire back on, go fill it up, test it for leaks, and then go on a road trip. But we're not gonna do that, because in the next video, we're gonna do all of this. Yep, airbags, BDS 3-inch lift kit. Make sure to stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. See you guys out there.
Life is a drug, then call me addicted. No better feeling when my tires are gripping. I'll smash on the gas till I'm dead in the ground, cause with an off-road addiction, freedom's found. Yeah, lights flash, beats drop.
What are you asking me to do right now?
You did not see what we're getting ready to drop in.
I didn't.
Need you to still make sure.
I'm going to, but I'm gonna do it from the outside.
Oh, nah, Lord.